Hi guys, welcome to my coffee show. My name is Jack, and today, just a quick video, I will show you how to dial in a new coffee using La Pavoni and Eureka Oro. The coffee that we're going to play with today, if you're one of those few people who watched my video from that I uploaded yesterday, the coffee we're using is the coffee from a roasting plant coffee. I have no idea how long they've been in London, but I just discovered them a few weeks ago, and this is the first time I bought a coffee from them. Some of you might know this coffee roaster because they originated from New York City. Lots of viewers from the States, so probably some of you may know this coffee roaster. What's amazing about them, and please check their website, I will put the links in the description below. What's amazing, they have that equipment, that apparatus, they call it a Java bot. It's basically there are 8 or 10 tubes with unroasted coffee beans, and then the air sucks the coffee beans from the any particular tube. It goes through the roasting equipment, and then it goes back to the tube with the roasted coffee, and then the barista, so you can go to that place, and you can, let's say you want to a Brazilian coffee. So then the barista, I'm not sure how it looks from the barista's perspective, but from the customer, the barista press something and it suck the freshly roasted coffee from the tube of Brazilian coffee through the ceiling and back to the barista, probably like a single dose for each customer. So each customer get a freshly roasted coffee. Well, it looks amazing. Now, this coffee has been, that's what they say, it has been roasted yesterday. That's where I bought it. And that's what they sell, by the way. Or at least that's what they claim. They sell a freshly roasted coffee. So on the day. So the coffee is roasted on the day. How? I mean, we know that the freshly roasted coffee is not always the best. I mean, freshly roasted, yes, but not just roasted coffee that is 1 day old. The coffee needs some time to release the CO2, but well, I think they know what they're doing. Anyway, the coffee that I bought from them is the single origin coffee from Guatemala. So yesterday I said it's a naturally processed coffee. I read about this particular coffee a little bit more. This is sun-dry coffee. That I thought that the natural means sun-dry, where the fruits are being left on the coffee beans. Not sure what's the difference, but anyway, this is a sun-dry coffee, and the tasting notes that we're supposed to taste here: Fuji apples, pears, and hazelnut chocolate. That's an interesting combination. Yeah, interesting combination. So, how much of that coffee I bought, I don't know, because you basically you decide yourself. You get a bag, and you can put as much coffee as it fits into the bag. So I bought around 160. I bought around 160 grams of coffee. So that's enough to dial it in. With the semi-automatic espresso machine, you may need 3, 4, 5 attempts to kind of dial in the coffee. La Pavoni can be more forgiving because you are regulate the pressure. So if the shot goes too slow, you may increase the pressure. If it goes too fast, if you feel that pack deteriorates too quickly, you can reduce the pressure. But still, the same principles as with every coffee machine. If it's ground too coarsely, it will be under extracted. Too fine, over extracted. Under extracted, often too sour. Over extracted, often too bitter. So I will be using 15 grams of coffee. I will be aiming for about 25-27 grams of liquid. The time for the shot, I will, especially because it is such a fresh coffee, I want to use that long pre-infusion, pre-soaking, so it will be 30 seconds of pre-soaking, and then I will be aiming for 25 seconds of an extraction. And then whatever I get from the first try, if I get it in one go, that's great. If not, then I can change the grind settings. Have no idea, by the way, but this is a freshly roasted coffee, so probably I should grind slightly coarser. At the moment I'm on around number 2, so let's start with the number 3 on the Eureka Minion, and I will take it from there. We will be using WDT tool, my homemade WDT tool. We will be using my Normcore 4 stamper and the leveler. For today, I think I won't be using the pack screen. I just want to see the true extraction. So let's measure 15 grams of coffee. Let's pull a shot. Okay, so the coffee is ready. It smells incredible. Because this is very fresh coffee and light roasted coffee, I want to make sure that everything, the group head is nice and hot. So if necessary, there is a temperature patch. I also have a digital thermometer, which doesn't really work well, but it still kind of gives me an impression where I am. So I will, as I said, I will do 30 seconds of a pre-soaking, and then I will slowly be ramping up the pressure just to get rid of all of the excess gas. Slowly increasing up until 9 bars. Little bit of channeling. And that's the shot we've got. As expected, lots of crema. It was a little bit faster than I would like, but let's taste it. Yeah, so I had a tiny accident, a little bit of that coffee end up on my counter, but it smells delicious. I can smell almost like a marzipan. Definitely kind of a nutty, chocolatey, and a little bit of the marzipan. Let's taste it. And taste. There is a bit of the bitterness. There is a bit of the sourness. All the flavors are nicely balanced. Probably a little bit too much of that bitterness, which is kind of strange because the shot was a bit too fast, but possibly that's because the coffee hasn't released enough CO2. Yeah, and there is that kind of tangy, fruity taste. Would I know this is a Fuji apples and pears without reading the notes? Not sure, but that's, by the way, how I approach. That's how I approach the coffee. So once the coffee is dialed in, let's say if you are aiming for 1-2 or 1-2, like with La Pavoni, is kind of more of a ristretto style shots. So 1 to 1.7, 1 to 1.5. Or whatever your, let's say 1-2, yeah, most of us we aim for 1-2. So once I reach that 1-2 ratio, then I taste the shot, I read the tasting notes, and I try to figure out what's missing, what could be better. Maybe I should do more of a ristretto style. Maybe I should increase the ratio to 1.2.5. maybe to slow down the extraction to develop certain flavors, maybe to increase, to grind it coarser, to develop the different flavors up until you reach the perfect shot, which is almost never, because we always we are always chasing for those perfect shots. But you know what? I will grind it slightly coarser, and let's see what we can get from there. Okay, so I'm experimenting with different lights. I hope this light does not blind you too much. Slowly. Let's hope there is not too much channeling. Decreasing the pressure now. The shot definitely slower, still looks amazing. Let's see if and how that changed in the adjustments. That was just a very small adjustment, if that small adjustment made any difference. Yes, so here is the second shot. I mean, honestly, I wish you were here. You could smell the entire room. The aroma of the coffee here is incredible. And I've been making coffee for the last, what, 9 months when I started that, like, getting deep into this hobby. And the aroma of coffee here today, it's the one taste notes and one aroma dominant here is like that kind of a hazelnutty flavor. So very, very nice. So cheers, guys. We reduce that bitterness a little bit, which again should be the kind of opposite, because the slower the shot, the more bitter it should be. But there is more, now there's more sourness, so the different notes we managed to develop just by tweaking the grind settings a little bit. So again, that's how you play. You change the grind settings. That's the one thing you can do. Temperature. Okay, so the next thing, let's say if this was still too bitter for me, I probably would reduce the temperature a little bit. Or if it was too sour, maybe if I increase the temperature, that would reduce the sourness. My advice to you, enjoy the process, because this is our hobby. Yeah? We don't have to be too serious about it. We don't have to measure every single 0.1 gram of coffee and stick to the 1:2 ratio religiously. Play with your coffee, play with your equipment. Maybe tomorrow let's say tomorrow I want to see how this coffee tastes on a conical burst, so then I will use my hand grinder for that. If some of you got more than one, this is delicious coffee, by the way. If some of you got more than one grinders, you can see how the same coffee tastes differently on a different grinders. So different ratio, different grinders, different grind settings, temperature settings, even the dosage. Yeah. And some coffees taste better in certain drinks. So some coffees are great for espressos. Some coffees are better as a milk-based drinks. Some coffee are better as a lungo. Some coffees might be better as a ristrettos. And then on a different day, the different coffee can taste differently. Especially this, because this is a fresh coffee. In 2-3 days time, it may settle a little bit, so it may develop certain different flavors. But for today, guys, what I can say, and I will put the links in the description below. This is the first time I tried this coffee, first time I tried this roaster, and I had lots of coffees in my life. This is really interesting coffee. I haven't had the same tasting notes for a while. This is likely roast coffee that also has those kind of deep roasted coffee flavors. So they're kind of a mixture of two words. Fruitiness of the lightly roasted, naturally processed coffee, with the depth of the flavor from a darker roast coffee. So best of two worlds, or maybe the two flavors that you will hate. Who knows? That's why we go to the shop. In that particular shop, you can taste the different coffees, so you can choose whichever. So you can go there. You can. By the way, they don't pay me for that. Yeah, I just went there. So you can go there. You can taste this or that coffee, and then whatever you like, take it home with you and experiment. For today, guys, thank you very much for watching. My name is Jack. This is my coffee show. This is my new roasting plant coffee from Guatemala, which I will enjoy. Definitely click like, subscribe, and hopefully I will see you soon. Thank you very much. Thank you. Bye.